everyone, welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to talk to you about how you can hypothetically cheat in World of Tanks Modern Armour. I say hypothetically, we'll get into that in a bit. But the reason I'm making this video is because a couple of my recent uploads have led to comments like, the only way this player can achieve that is by cheating, the only way they can get a score like this, or whatever it might be, is because they're cheating, or oh, they're using mouse and keyboard, that's cheating. Alright, okay. Accusations have been thrown out there, you're cheating. Alright, let's break this down and we'll go over why cheating in World of Tanks Modern Armour isn't possible. It's not possible. So let's break it down, let's break the game down into its bare basics, and we'll build from there. So, online games. Some online games allow you, as the owner of a console, to host an online multiplayer game, which means that everybody else in the match is connecting to you. That's not how World of Tanks Modern Armour works. This game works by us as players connecting to the servers, which we are all aware of. You've got the EU server and you've got the NA server, or the USA server now. The NA server is based in Chicago, and the EU server is based in Luxembourg. Had to remember the name there. It's based in Luxembourg. So what happens is, when we download the game and we hit play and we're logging in, we are connecting either to the whatever default server you have selected. So if you're in America, it's likely the USA server. If you're in Europe, it's the EU server. So you're connecting to Chicago, or you're connecting to Luxembourg. That is the basics of World of Tanks console. So how does cheating come into this? Well, you can either cheat locally on your console, you can hypothetically try to, or you can cheat on the server. So what would this look like? Right, the games that we play are not run on our consoles. If you pick the FV101, you send a message to the server saying, I am playing the FV101. The server picks the FV101 off the shelf and goes, alright, this tank is in this game connected to that player. Like you're seeing right now. This is not my personal FV101. This is not my personal copy of the FV101. It's just a generic FV101. It's the FV101 that the server has. So, cheating locally. You could, hypothetically, edit the code of the FV101 and change whatever attribute about it that you want. You could, in theory, change any aspect of the game, I suppose. You could try to, you could do that. But the problem you'll run into is when you then try and apply your hack, your cheat, or whatever you want to call it, the server will say, right, I've got console A trying to join me. I've got console A and console B. Console A, does it match? Does the copy of the game on console A match the copy of the game on the server? If the answer is yes, then you log in. Okay, console B is trying to log in. Console B, server. Do the two match? No. There's a problem. Okay, you can't log in. Which means that the hacks, the cheats, whatever you've done on console B, yes, they're locally on the console, but you can't connect to the server because the server is saying, you don't match me. Nope, you're not coming in. Bye-bye. So there you go. Cheating locally. Could you do it? Hypothetically, yeah, you could, but it wouldn't benefit you because you couldn't log into the server, which is where the game takes place. So there's locally. Cheating at the server. What could you do? Well, again, you could break into the server room and you could fiddle around and do whatever you want to do on the server. Okay, fine. But like I said earlier, this isn't my FV101. This is the FV101 that the server has got on file. So if you were to edit the FV101 in whatever way, you're not editing your FV101, you're editing the FV101, which means that if you were to change something, double its hit points, you would get double hit points if you played the FV101. But then so would I. So your hack, your cheat, whatever you want to call it, hasn't benefited you in the slightest whatsoever. So it's like, yeah, you could, but it wouldn't make any sense to do that. And if the server version were updated, I'd imagine, because this is probably unlikely, I don't know the details, I'm not that techie, but what I would imagine happens is when we have the Tuesday downtime, Wargaming is updating the server. They're doing server updates, and then once the server update is live, that update is then passed out to every single console that's got the game installed, which is why we then all have to do updates, because what's happening is we can't log in to the game until we download the update, because our download of the update means that our console is then going to match the server, and once both sides match, you can log in. So there you go. If you were to edit the server on a Thursday, or whatever day you want to do, there'd be this update rolled out to everybody. It's like, oh, that's not supposed to happen. What's going on the server? They'd have a look. Wargaming would look at the server and go, okay, yeah, there's the problem. Someone's hacked or whatever, and it would get fixed. So, you know, hypothetically you could, but no, it's just not feasible. It's not practical. It's not feasible. It's just ridiculous. So, can you cheat on World of Tanks console or World of Tanks Modern Armor? No, you can't. The third thing to talk about now is mouse and keyboard. And this one's a little bit different because this is kind of opinion based, but I do believe that opinions need to be based on facts, such as you're allowed to believe that 2 + 2 = 5. Fine. You believe that 2 + 2 = 5. All right. The mathematical evidence is not going to support you. 2 + 2 = 4. But you are allowed to believe and have the opinion it equals 5. Fine. You can have the opinion that mouse and keyboard is cheating, but Wargaming support it. You have been able to plug a mouse and keyboard into a console. I think the earliest PlayStations you could do it. The only Xbox you couldn't do it to was a 360. So and as of update 6.0, Wargaming have officially supported mouse and keyboard. So again, you're allowed to think that it's cheating. The same way you're allowed to think that 2 + 2 = 5. You're just wrong, though. And if that upsets you, then that's a you issue, not a me issue or a game issue. That's for you to sort out. So there you go. We can now round this off. Can you cheat in World of Tanks console? No, you can't. Is mouse and keyboard cheating? No, it isn't. You can think it is, but it's not. And this is the part where I think that now that the facts have been presented, we need to address the way in which the community interacts with this information, because I've read comments saying so-and-so's cheating, mouse and keyboard is cheating. The only way this player can be the only way this player has stats like this is because they're cheating. And you know, people will even go to the extent of saying, I'm a 9-year player, I'm a super unicum, I've been playing this game a long time, I know a lot about this game, and I know the only way to be this good is because you're cheating. Like, well, yeah, whoa, that sounds like a bruised ego, buddy. And we've all got egos. It's very easy for us to just think, oh, they must be cheating. I've played other games where you'd get killed and someone would go, oh, they're hackers. It's like, no, they're not hackers. They're not cheaters. They're just better than you. All right. And maybe RNG was on their side. Sometimes RNG gives you an advantage. Sometimes it doesn't. It's annoying. But they're not hackers. They're not cheaters. And if you're going to accuse somebody of cheating, that's you know, if you're going to make an accusation like that, you best be prepared to back it up with facts. But the problem with this is, I've just presented the facts, and it's not cheating. It isn't. It's supported. Mouse and keyboard is supported by the developer. You can't hack the game. You can't cheat in the game. You just can't. It's that simple, guys. It's not. It doesn't happen. It can't happen. So if you're inclined to send a message to somebody and say, "Oh, you're cheating," just remember, they're not, and if you're going to send a message like that, I think that says a whole lot about you than it does about the person that got you, or, you know, the game. You know, you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself, as they say. So this game is coming to an end. We were outnumbered, but this AMX is going to get the rough end of RNG by getting set on fire twice by me. The 116 pokes out of the smoke, gets blatted by the 4005, and we are now down to the last 165. Me and a 4005. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to skip to the end of the video because we do chase this 165 around for a little bit, but this is a victory. And this was a very good game in the 101. I do like the 101 right now. So there you go, guys. That is all I have to say about cheating in World of Tanks console. World of Tanks, I can't get the name right. World of Tanks Modern Armor. That is all I have to say about this. If you've got any thoughts, leave them in the comments below. But yeah, that is all I've got. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.